the day of your tournament, it's important to make sure that even though you have appraisers who are using the mobile client to score teams, that you're also importing those mobile scores into the scoring program. And this is important for a variety of reasons. For one, the scoring program is currently the only way to print the raw scores to give back to the teams. It's also important to make sure that you're not missing any teams and that everything is being imported correctly. And there may be instances where you have a mix of some individuals doing mobile and some individuals filling out paper scoring sheets. So with any of those reasons, it's important to make sure that you're regularly importing scores into the scoring program. Now, there are 3 different places where you can import scores into the scoring program, and we're going to go through each of those now. The first is on the main tournament's homepage. So we have all of the different challenges and levels listed here, and then at the very top we have the toolbar, and one of the buttons says import scores. What this is going to do is it's going to look at the DI resource area to see if there are any mobile scores that have been entered for any of the teams and any of the challenges at any of the levels, and import those into the scoring program. So if you want to do all of the challenges and levels at one time, this is the place where you would hit that import scores button. Now, the second way you can import scores is if you were to go into a specific level, challenge or level. And so from within here, you can see that we have the 5 teams for this particular challenge. And at the top, we also have an import scores button. What this import scores button is going to do is it's going to import the scores only for these 5 teams if there are mobile scores available. So it won't look at the other rooms, it won't look at the other challenges or levels. Only the 5 teams that you see on the screen here will it import scores for, if those scores are available. Now, the third way to import scores is at the team level. So if I open up one of these specific teams here, so if I open up this one, you can see that we have a team here that has no scores entered. We have a couple of different appraisers across the top, but there's no data in here. But at the top of this window, we also have an import scores. And so if I click on this import scores, what's going to happen is it's going to retrieve any scores specifically for this team and this team only. So where this is useful is if you are needing to print raw scores. This is the only place where you can import scores and hit save and have the raw scores automatically printed. And so if you make use of that setting within the preferences, this is the way that you would want to go about importing scores. Otherwise, you'll then have to import the scores and then still go into the teams to print the raw scores. So this allows you to do it all in one place. So if I go ahead and I hit import scores here, you'll notice that all of these scores have now been imported from the DI resource area. And at this point, I can click on the save button at the bottom. And if I have a check machine set up, I can start importing scores into that check machine. If I have my scoring program set to automatically print raw scores to get back to the teams, by hitting save, that print job would start. So those are the 3 different ways that you can import scores that have been entered through the mobile client into the DI scoring program.